To be sure you're understanding correctly, let's go over some negative thoughts in a more positive perspective. Just because something hasn't worked out in the past doesn't mean that it never will work out. Or just because that we've been rejected in the past doesn't mean that we will be rejected forever. And the fact that some of us might see ourselves as failures does not imply that we are, or that situations have to be in a specific manner or a certain way. We are our own masters of our own fate, whether we allow our fear or our optimism to push us forward through life. It is our choice. Our negativity can be a defense mechanism on an unconscious level, like a protective device, such as if something bad were to happen, so as if not to be blindsided or devastated by it. Regrettably, this is not always a good idea. The negativity of forecasting bad luck and failure actually aids in the creation of it, so it doesn't contribute to us taking proactive action forward. It actually stops the flow of positive energy by focusing on and forecasting a negative outcome. Rather, it reinforces our fear and insecurities while diminishing our self-confidence and faith in ourselves and our objectives. And in turn, negative thinking is a type of self-abuse in this way. It is important to be aware of the things that can go wrong so we have a strategy to address them and push on if they should occur. But it also is important to not dwell on them as well. Beating ourselves into submission with our negative thoughts so that we don't take letting fear and negativity derail us will never bring us sunshine, success, and rainbows. Rather, we can focus and anticipate success while at the same time telling ourselves that we will get back up, brush off, and continue on our paths toward our goals, because that is the only way that we will get there. Bottom line, we must be vigilant over our thoughts, stop the negativity, and be positive and enthusiastic toward our goals and dreams, regardless of the adversity and seemingly overwhelming odds against us, and to push forward with one true thought always in the forefront of our consciousness: win or learn. Remember, it's much better to play life's game than to watch from the sidelines. Let's recap what I went over earlier, plus 5 more tips to help you overcome negative thoughts. We don't overcome negative thought patterns, we replace them. For most of us, those negative thought patterns are well-worn neural pathways. Notice that when you've started the pattern. Acknowledge that it's a pattern that you want to change. Articulate that you want it to be different, and choose a different, more positive thought pattern, belief, or behavior, one that serves your goals. Tip number 2. Be your own best friend. We are mean to ourselves more than we think. Nearly 90% of self-talk is negative. Release it, let it go to help process, but not to dwell. Take 5 minutes and then the pity party is over. Be productive, not stagnant. Track it, identify when you have negative thoughts, and awareness will enable the reframing. Then lastly, reframe it. Once you know why you are being mean or negative, consider what your best friend would say to you, and then tell yourself what you need to hear. Tip number 3. Write your thoughts out. Write down why that negative thought is present. Writing versus thinking helps purge out the thought, and when you see the word on paper or on screen, it is easier to make sense of it and to move forward. Tip number 4. Focusing on gratitude. Gratitude is underrated by most, but it is essential to a happy life. Life doesn't get easier, but we become stronger as we reframe difficulties by recognizing all of the little good things going on around us, even the most simple of ones. Tip number 5. Keep a positive affirmations list and refer to it daily. Also, focus on what you want and be very specific. A focused positive mindset will attract what it is seeking over time. And lastly, tip number 6. Try movement and meditation. As a Reiki master, shamanic life coach, and meditation guide, I know that you cannot escape negative thoughts without physically disrupting them. To get out of your head, get into your body and feel more. A few moments of breath work like 10-minute meditation or body movement like dance, cardio, yoga, or boxing can help not only disrupt those negative thought patterns, but also kick in some good endorphins as well.